If you'll look through the program on your table, there's a lot of sponsors to this event. There's a lot of hard work that goes into that. The sponsors are all listed in there. If you would take a minute and look through that and just see who kind of had a hand in this, we certainly would appreciate that as well. But we're going to start by recognizing the 2019 Board of Directors for the Marion Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to ask that when I call your name, if you would please stand up to be recognized. And I'm going to read these names off fairly quickly, so if you don't mind holding your applause till the end, that would be fantastic. So again, I'd ask for everyone's attention as we get the program started tonight. Board members include Gail Barger of Lanham, Gail Barger Lanham with Priority Staffing Group. And again, I'll ask you to please stand up and remain standing. Rodney Cabanis with Black Diamond Harley Davidson. Ashley Church with Volkswagen of Marion. Steve Cook with Farmers State Bank, Bo Dietrich with the Illinois Army National Guard, Hayden Gardner of the Southport Bank, Kenya Garner with State Farm, Jared Garrison, the City of Marion, Cindy Gibbons, U.S. Bank, Tracy Glenn with People's National Bank, Ashley Gott with the Bank of Heron, Ted Gutierrez with SIU Office of Economics and Regional Development, Michelle Hamilton with John A. Logan College, Deborah Hogg with the Hospice of Southern Illinois Incorporated, Janet Jensen, Auto Credit of Southern Illinois, Megan Jones with Priority Staffing Group, Matt Lee with First Southern Bank, Mary Jo McCurdy with First Southern Bank, Matt Monchino with the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Dr. Keith Oates with the Community Unit No. 2 Schools, Dr. James D. Parker with Little Egypt Veterinary Clinic, Mindy Reed with Banterra Bank, Herbie Voss with Heartland Regional Medical Center, Kimberly Walker with the Kemper CPA, Shannon Weisenmeyer with the Visits SI, and Brian Ziegler with Clarida and Ziegler Engineering Company. If you would, please give those people a round of applause. Thank you very much for your service. We also want to thank the following people for their board service: Ray Altmix, Amber Chiquetto, Jessica Force, and Rick Rickert. And we want to welcome the following individuals to the Board of Directors: Joni Barwick with TMG Company, Dallas Benavi with Centerstone, Amanda Newland with Heartland Regional Medical Center, and Tony Perkins with U.S. Bank. We also want to, at this time, recognize the 2019 Chamber officers. Your treasurer is Kimberly Walker with Kemper CPA. Secretary, Michelle Hamilton with the John A. Logan Foundation. The second vice chair is Mindy Reed with Banterra Bank. Your first vice chair is Ashley Gott with the Bank of Heron. And your chair for this year is Gail Barger Lanham with Priority Staffing Group. And your immediate past chair is Janet Jensen with Auto Credit of Southern Illinois. Please join our board of directors and rise. We're going to do the national anthem and our Pledge of Allegiance. Our colors tonight are being presented by the Illinois Army National Guard. We're going to ask that you please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, for the national anthem, and for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then please remain standing as they post the colors for us. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, we want to welcome Derek Hamblin, who will be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thanks again to the Illinois Army National Guard. You could be seated, thank you. Let me start by introducing myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name is John Wooford. I'm a business manager at Watermark Ford Hyundai of Marion. It's my honor to MC this event again this year. It's the 98th annual banquet and auction, and I'm always struck on the way here every year. I always think of the same question: what exactly is the Chamber of Commerce, and why is it here? Well, on behalf of the Chamber, we want to welcome everyone here and thank you for being a part of this. The Chamber to me is simply my everyday life. I was thinking about it today as I wake up in the morning, as I went to work. Everybody who is here tonight, whether you know it or not, probably plays a role in what you do in your everyday life, from waking up in the morning, to the food you eat, to the house you live in, to the clothes you wear, to the place you bank, maybe the most important thing in life, the car you drive, right? We all play a part in that. So thank you guys very much for being here tonight. It's hard to believe it's the 98th annual banquet. This is a big event, and there's a lot of work that goes into it as well. At this time, I would like to welcome the Chamber Executive Director. Please welcome Karen Mullins to the stage. Karen.
Good evening, everyone, and I would like to welcome all the members of our Chamber of Commerce community here tonight to our 98th annual banquet and auction. So hopefully you had a lot of fun checking out our fabulous auction items, which is still open until 8 o'clock, so just saying. 2018 has been an amazing year for our chamber and a year of change. I remember being here last year as an attendee, sitting in the back with my fellow chamber folks, having no idea that merely a year later I'd be standing here addressing you all. And I wanted to thank everyone for being so warm and welcoming to this community, and all the support from the board, all of the chamber members, and my predecessor who is diligently working in the wine spirit pool area. I joined the chamber back in August, and I was immediately amazed by how diverse and busy this chamber is. and of all the variety of different events, from our legislative summit to our bass tournament to benefit the foundation, to golf scrambles, which we added a new fun one this year, and that was very exciting. And also our second year for Live to Lead, and draw a blank, there's another first. But it has been a whirlwind, crazy year, and I'm very excited to be here, and I look forward to seeing what 2019 will bring for all of us. Marion is a amazing, amazing town full of great businesses, long-standing traditions, as well as new businesses with new ideas that's gonna make Marion just an amazing place for people to live and work. So I wanted to thank you again for attending this evening and look forward to working with all of you in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. It's customary for the incoming chair of the Board of Directors to choose who gives the invocation for the annual dinner. Gail Barger Lanham has chosen Bo Dietrich to give tonight's invocation. So, Bo, if you don't mind to come back up and lead us in the invocation.
Thank you very much, John. You know, there's been a few times in my life when I've kind of looked to my left, looked to my right, and I asked myself, what in the world am I doing here? Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now is one of those moments. So I'm incredibly honored to be asked to say the invocation tonight. But when I left that conversation the other day, I asked, why? Why me? I'm not the person for this job. Now, if I back up a couple years ago, a very young and handsome Doug Kimmel sent me a message and asked me if I would like to say grace over a board of directors meeting. I left that conversation and I asked myself the same thing. Why? Why me? I'm not the guy for the job. So if you hear anything that I'm saying, take that opportunity to pray, okay? Just because you don't think you're the right person, say the grace. Words will come to you, okay? Because two things are gonna happen if you accept that challenge. You're gonna find out a little bit about yourself, and you're gonna find out a whole lot about the content in reference. And I can promise you, since Doug sent me that message, I have opened my Bible a few more times, I have said a few more prayers, and I have counted my blessings on my darkest days. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, bless those who sit before me. Bless the time that we have together tonight and the fellowship that will result from our time together. And Father, bless the food that we are about to consume, that it might nourish our bodies, satisfy our needs, and strengthen us with your grace as we continue in the blessings that you have given us. Bless the countless hours of work given by those who made this night possible, and help others to have a servant's heart. Lord, I ask you to be with those within our community that need a hand. I urge you to lift them up and give them purpose. Every single person in this room has a purpose. Lord, it is your purpose. Please help us understand this calling and lead us to your light. We are a people willing to serve, and as we move into the new year, please continue to guide us as we grow our wonderful community. We ask that you help us not only grow in our professions, our families, and our community, but also in you. Please guide us to be the people that you deserve. And I pray all this in God's name. Amen. Thank you.
Bo, that sounded familiar. I think that Moses said the same thing, so thank you very much for doing that, Bo. Okay, we're going to serve dinner now. What we're going to do, again, is we're going to release tables by the number. We're going to ask a favor to help this go a little bit smoother. Everyone on this side of the room, we're going to ask that when you come up to the line, that you come up to the front this way and start the line this way back around to that serving table over there. Everyone on this side of the room, you'll do the exact opposite. Go to the back of the room, forward in the line that way that comes over to your table over here, okay? And that'll help the servers and be a little more efficient. Dessert tables are up here at the front of each side of the room. Coffee table is in the back. So at this time, there's 3 buffet lines. Let's dismiss tables 1 through 8. Tables 1 through 8. Make your way. Again, this side of the room, come up here and form the line this way. This side of the room, go to the back and form it that way. So tables 1 through 8, go now. We're going to go ahead and get the award ceremony started. At this time, I did just a couple of quick thank yous again. We did want to thank Shawnee Services. They're the ones providing all the audio and video and the spotlights. They do a fantastic job, so thank you very much to Shawnee Services. Also, don't forget the 98th Annual Marion Chamber of Commerce Auction and Awards Banquet. It's being videotaped in HD. The video will be uploaded to the Chamber's website. That's marionillinois.com. It'll also appear on social media outlets. So again, the videography being sponsored by SIU Credit Union, but that's marionillinois.com if you want a copy of that. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if I could have your attention again, we want to recognize again some people that are here with us tonight. If you're representing one of the following boards, businesses, or offices, again, I'll ask you to stand and just remain standing so we can recognize you. State Senator Michael Frericks, State Senator Dale Fowler. If you're here with the City of Marion, would you please stand? Williamson County Government. If you're here representing Marion Unit 2 Schools, please stand. John A. Logan College, Southern Illinois University, Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois, Regional Economic Development Corporation, Visit SI, and all the area Chamber of Commerce executive directors and staff. And how about a great round of applause for all of those fine folks. Again, it seems like every year I do this, I sort of run out of time in the number of people that we try to thank and recognize. The best thing you can do is just to make sure you go through your program, take a look at it, read about some of the people and some of the businesses, and that's probably the best thank you that we could give them. At this time, obviously, there's a lot of people gathered here that we get to talk to and get to visit with, but there's also people that aren't here tonight. We'd like to recognize those who could not be with us today. I want to take a moment to just kind of pay our respects to those that we've lost in the last year with the playing of a short video. They're gone, but not forgotten. Thank you. All right, this is the moment of the night where it's sort of the passing of the torch. Janet Jensen served on the Marion Chamber's Board of Directors since 2011. Janet will serve on the executive committee one more year as the immediate past chair. At this time, please welcome my friend, Janet Jensen, to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. It's so good to see so many friends here in the audience at the beautiful pavilion. First, I want to thank Jared and his staff for all they have done for us. We were here until late last night, and he was here with his staff working, helping us get things ready for this evening. And let's also give a round of applause for my friend, John Woodford. Thanking him in advance for keeping us on track and for keeping us entertained all evening. 2018 was a very busy chamber year. Tonight, I want to review a few things and I want to thank some people. So what happened in our chamber world? The first few months were normal, fun, productive chamber activities. Then, Dallas and Kristen both left us to advance their careers and we had to hire their replacements. I had always heard from past Board of Chamber Directors, don't worry, Dallas is very organized. She has everything under control. Well, when they left, the executive committee had to handle the chamber office, and we all have our own full-time demanding jobs. That made for a very interesting summer while we searched for their replacements. We found Karen, and we hired her as our new chamber executive director. Thank you to everyone who helped with that interview process. And the next step was to help Karen get settled, and then with Gail and I assisting her, we found Bonnie, our membership coordinator, and now our team is once more complete. Other challenges we faced this past year was 2 of our executive committee had to resign, one due to medical issues and another due to a change in her place of employment. Thank you, Ashley Church and Amber Chiquetto. And I want to give a special thanks to Mindy Reed and to Ashley Gott for stepping up and filling those positions. I had some distractions in my personal life as well. When I stood before you giving my speech last year, I was very nervous, but it was because I was actually thinking about my brother. We knew something was seriously wrong with him, but in January we hadn't discovered what that was. And the last year he had numerous doctor's appointments, multitudes of tests, radiation, and 4 surgeries. It was my privilege as his big sister to be with him every step of the way. Watching him put everything else in my life in perspective and kept me well grounded. So I had a few challenges in my chamber year. I wasn't fighting for my life, and I knew in 1 year my journey as chairman of the board would be over. Those were my biggest challenges. Without going into details, each one required me to be away from my office more time than had been anticipated. So I have to give a special shout out to all of my coworkers at Auto Credit, and especially to Steve Taylor. When I changed companies 2 years ago, we neither one realized how much time I would be gone this past year. Steve may have regretted saying, "No problem, Janet, you continue serving on the chamber." But as he watched me leave our building again and again and again and again, he never complained and was always supportive of my time away from work, whether that was for the chamber or for my brother. Thank you, Steve. I'm proud to be on the Auto Credit team, and I appreciate all the support I was given. I do want to hit on some happier times. We had a lot of them this year. It wasn't all bad. In fact, it was a fantastic year. There were numerous committee meetings and lots of fun times mixed in with hard work. A few highlights. The most fun was probably our new, not your ordinary golf scramble. Trust me, if you need a break and want to have some fun, you need to attend this event in 2019. The one that inspired me the most was our Live to Lead program. If you want to grow in your career, this is one you should attend in 2019. Last, we had many chamber luncheons. Each one has a guest speaker, and they were all awesome, but the one that stood out to me the most was Tom Logan speaking about building wells in Africa. I was so choked up when he sat down, and I had to stand and address our membership. I'm happy to share that through a GoFundMe page that Ashley Church started, we as chamber members personally donated money to build 2 wells. Proof to me that we have the best members. Marion Chamber is a fantastic organization. Our committee chairs work hard to make these events happen. Thank you to all the committee chairs and all the committee members who put in countless hours. And I want to thank my family for their support this year. My daughter Miranda is here with me this evening, and I appreciate her so much. Now at this time, I need Mindy Reed and Gail Barger to please make their way to the stage. I hope they are paying attention and heard me because they aren't expecting this request. And I'm trying to watch and I don't see them standing up. So if you see them, please send them my way. I see Gail, but not Mindy yet. While they're coming forward, I'd like to thank all of my chamber friends. There are too many to call them by name. I'd leave someone out and I'd hurt their feelings, and I would never want to do that. My friends, you know who you are. Thank you for every hug, for every smile, for every word of encouragement. The best benefit of being active in the chamber is the friends you make. So the incoming chair usually recognizes the significant other of the outgoing chair. Everyone kept asking me who I wanted to recognize because I don't have a significant other. I pondered what to do and decided to offer a special thanks to these two ladies. I've mentioned many things that happened this past year. There are times it has been a heavy load on my shoulder, and these two helped me along the way. I wanted to recognize Mindy because she has always been the bright spot. No one has as much energy and is as positive as this lady. No one has made me laugh more. Thank you, Mindy, for always making me smile. Gail. As I struggled with my brother's health issues, Gail was there. As I struggled with how best to serve the chamber, Gail was always there. Gail was always in my corner. She would stop by my office sometimes just to check on me. I don't have enough time to express how much her support meant to me. But I've given my word to her that I will be there to support her in 2019. Thank you. I love serving as your chairman this year. I know I wasn't perfect, but as I promised to do last year, I have put my heart and my soul into this position, and I gave it my best. Thank you.
No, you can't leave. You just made everybody cry, and I'm a mess. Gail, we'll ask you to come back up at this time. Going to ask everyone to thank Janet again. As you heard, Janet, why did you do that? Just a few obstacles you had to overcome this year, right? I can't imagine a better person to be in that spot for the chamber. You're a dear friend of mine, Janet. Thank you. So, Gail is going to present Janet with a plaque on behalf of the chamber for all of your service. If you'll do that while I collect myself, that'd be great.
Thank you, John. I had some papers up here. Here they are. Because I'm blind and I can't see what's on this paper. I would like to ask everyone to thank Janet for a wonderful 2018. As she mentioned, she had several obstacles that she had to overcome, and I want to say that she handled these obstacles with professionalism, compassion, and vision. Thank you, Janet. I look forward to using your experience and guidance this year. It's my honor and my first duty as the new chair of the Marion Chamber of Commerce Board to present Janet with a plaque recognizing her hard work and dedication over the past year as chairman of the board of directors. Thank you, Janet. No, that's fine. So I guess I get to keep talking. I've been a little nervous, and I know you guys don't believe that because, you know, I'm kind of mouthy at times. Well, there was stuff laying right there. There it is. I am very excited and looking forward to being the chairperson of 2019 for the Marion Chamber of Commerce. I would like to thank the annual dinner committee, Mindy Reed, Cindy Gibbons, and all of the committee members for hosting such an amazing event. And to Karen Mullins, our chamber director, and Bonnie Littleton, our membership director, thank you both for jumping in and taking ownership of your positions. We have a great 2019 ahead of us. To all of our membership, I look forward to working with everyone on special projects and events. This chamber has a top-notch group of committee chairs, members, board of directors, and you, all of you, our membership. The Marion Chamber of Commerce mission is: the Marion Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization of business and professional people working together to build a healthy economy and to improve the quality of life in our community. The Chamber works with these objectives in mind: to help business and industry prosper and grow, to increase job opportunities, to continue the overall economic stability of our community, to encourage an orderly expansion and development of segments of our community, and to improve the quality of life in our community in a surrounding area. During my time growing with the Chamber, I have been known to do a play on a segment of the January 20th, 1961 John F. Kennedy inaugural address, which is now well known for its powerful language and message, my play. And so, my fellow chamber members, ask not what the chamber can do for you, ask what you can do for the chamber. That is exactly what I have done during my time with the Marion Chamber. I put my time and energy into helping and getting involved in the chamber. That, in return, opened doors to being able to meet many of you great business leaders, and I have made some really remarkable friends. I personally would like to thank all of you in the Marion Chamber of Commerce for allowing me to be part of such a wonderful community and organization. I encourage each of you to become engaged and utilize the Marion Chamber as part of your company's networking and career-building organization. The committees work hard to give us many options to be involved in the business world and our community. With this thing said, thank you. Let's have a toast. Raise your glass. Here's to the Marion Chamber of Commerce and a prosperous 2019. Cheers. Thank you for choosing me to serve as your 2019 chair.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, we're going to move on to the awards presentation portion of tonight's program. Like last year, we released the names of the finalists, and whoever came up with that idea, I loved it. There were some legendary stories of years past of people who were going to win awards whose spouses literally had to keep them from going on vacation, who had to go drag them in from outside when they were going to win an award. So now they release all of them, so you know you're a finalist, to make sure that the person that's going to win it is here. So it also helped us kind of acknowledge them and celebrate them before tonight's event. Don't forget, you can read the full bios of all of this year's finalists, and you can nominate future winners yourself if you want to on the website marionillinois.com. The first award of the evening, the Award of Excellence. Remember, this award is not presented every year. It doesn't have to be presented every year. When this award is given, it's usually to someone who goes above and beyond what's needed of them. This year's recipients are no exception. So please welcome Janet Jensen and Karen Mullins back to the stage so they can tell us more about this year's recipients.
It is my honor this evening to present the Award of Excellence to Rick Rickard. Rick has served Rick has served his community in many capacities. He has been a member of our Redeemer Lutheran Church since 1980 and has served as president of the church council twice. He and his wife, Yvonne, have 2 sons and 2 grandchildren. His chamber membership has been outstanding. Rick and his wife moved to Marion in 1978. He became a member of the Chamber of Commerce in the 80s and has been serving ever since. He has served on our board of directors since 2005, and he was the chairman of the board in 2014. He currently serves on numerous committees, including membership, annual dinner, and marketing. And you will find Rick at every chamber event quietly working to get the work done. But it's his work with Grad Spree that inspires us all. He has attended Grad Spree for many years and served as a past chair of that committee. As many of you who volunteer for Grad Spree know, it involves teamwork and a lot of late nights. The event is a staple for Marion High School, and the senior class looks forward to it each year. Thank you, Rick, for your years of service to the Chamber. Please help me welcome Rick Rickert to the stage.
I want to thank everyone for this award. I am humbled but yet honored to accept it. I believe it was my parents who taught me to be involved. They taught me to be involved with what your kids are doing, what your church is doing, and what your community is doing. I started being a part of the chamber because of Grad Spree, which, like they said, chamber sponsors. I was always in charge of the food night. In fact, I think Steve Clendenin, who is here tonight with the Park District, was always on the food committee with me. But I think he was just there to get the 3 or 4 McDonald's hamburgers on the way so that he could eat them on the way. From there, it just involved of being a chairman of the Grad Spree, and then on the chamber board, and eventually chairman of the board of the Marion Chamber, which I also consider a great honor. I truly have enjoyed being a part of the chamber. I've met numerous people because of the chamber, and I have made many good and long-lasting friendships. Thank you very much.
Okay, for our other award, like many of you, I was glued to the television as emergency personnel raced against time to rescue a soccer team from the Tham Luang cave system in Thailand last summer. Little did we know that one of the heroes lived and worked in our own community. The Natsiri family have not only expanded our culinary horizons at Thai D restaurant since 2009, but has enabled our community to be part of humanitarian efforts taking place around the world. We are honored to award a 2018 Award of Excellence to Tenet Nassiri. Tenet is unable to join us tonight. However, he provided us with a short video spotlighting the daring rescue, his charity works in Thailand, and his thanks to the Marion community. His brother Seta is here to accept the award on his behalf. There we go.
ะว่าถ้าเกิดเราหยุดน้ำที่ไหลจากข้างบนได้เนี่ยก็คือเราก็จะง่ายในการระบายออกในกรณีที่ฝนมามันก็จะติดข้างในใช่ไหมครับแล้วเซียวอินเนี่ยต้องการเวลาเพิ่มเติมถ้าฝนมา2 วันเนี่ยน้ำมันจะขึ้นมาเยอะมากก็คือโซนนี้แล้วก็โซนนี้แต่ว่าปัจจุบันเนี่ยเรามีกำลังที่จะตำรวจโซนนี้แค่นี้ครับ
น้องทั้ง13 คนปลอดภัย
Hi everyone, I would like to thank you, the Marion Chamber of Commerce, and everyone here for this recognition. As many people might already know, I was involved in one of the most impossible rescue missions that the world had ever seen earlier on June until July of 2018. The story of the 12 kids and their coach that were trapped inside the underground flooded cave in Thailand, which kept millions of people around the world glued onto their television for weeks. And it was required one of the best rescue team around the world and engineer come together and pull this off. At the end, it was estimated almost 10,000 of the rescue workers that had anticipated in this rescue mission alone. On June 28, 2018, after many attempts to get the water situation under control, the Thai military decided to call me and see if I can come in and analyze the information that they had and find a solution to somehow, make the water level inside the cave low. So as soon as I got there, I was end up with the most impossible task of the mission, which is being in charge of water management. And we had to come up with the solution and the plan to stabilize the water level so that the diver could continue the search to find the missing kid. And almost 18 days of the ordeals, I and my team, we were able to stabilize water level inside the cave low enough to where the diver could, go in and find the kid. And we found them all alive inside, probably about 3 kilometers inside the flooded cave. 4 or 5 days later, after we found the kid, we started rescuing them one by one. And at the end, all of the 12 kids and their coach were rescued out alive. The story of the cave rescue is well known and make a major headline around the world. In fact, it was one of the top stories of 2018. And I am glad that I could represent the people of Marion and Southern Illinois in this effort. Saving 12 kids and their coach inside the flooded cave is just tip of the spear story. In fact, in the past 4 to 5 years, I have been going back to Thailand and doing charity work. That is saying that waters is life. Without waters, there is no life. Well, I find that really true. 5 years ago, most of these places do not have enough water to last for the drought season. Now, during the monsoon season, there is so much rain, so much water, and these rainwater are posing a threat to flooding the farmland, the cities, and endanger the people's life. Now in dry season, farmers always has a water problem because many cities run out of the fresh water supply due to the limited storage capacity of the freshwater reservoir and the overuse of the groundwater. The matter of fact, some of the area do not have access to fresh water at all in the drought season because the last resources that they had, which is the aquifer, were depleted. I would say that is like the circle of the hardship that people in Southeast Asia will face. Drought, flood, and it's never end. So in 2014, we bring the knowledge of the groundwater recharge technique from the US to Thailand to help the farmers. The project was named Groundwater Bank. The goal is to save excess water on the monsoon season, save it in the aquifer, and pump it out and use it on the drought season. So farmers can have enough water to feed their crops and improve their life quality. To make it short, we managed to turn the disaster into an opportunity. Many people ask me, what did you get from this charity work? Why would you do it? And why would you spend your own money to help other people and to support these projects? Well, for me, it's the feeling that when I go back to see the same people who were suffering from water problems in this area for a long time, and now they do have water. The smile on the faces of the poor farmers and their families, and telling us after what we did that they were able to have enough drinking water, their life were improving. Now they have enough water to feed their crops, and they were able to earn more income, and then they were able to send the kids to school and has a better future. For me, that is good enough. All this accomplishment would not be possible without the good work of my staff here at Tidy, who stand behind doing the good work and keep the business running, so I can continue to do my charity work on the other side of the globe. But the most important thing of all is the support from everyone of our customers here in Marion and Southern Illinois that continue to support our restaurant since we opened our door in 2009 to now. Without them, this charity work and this great story would not happen. Also, I would like to thank the cities of Marion for the great support, especially the Mayor Adams and his State Representative Dave for the recognition earlier on August as well. And thanks everyone in the Marion Chamber of Commerce for this wonderful recognition. I feel such an honor. I wish I could be there to receive this award myself, but due to the circumstances, I could not make it there tonight. Again, thank you everyone, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Tanet has been traveling Thailand and Southeast Asia for the past 4 years doing charity work to combat the drought and the water shortage that has devastated the portion of the region. He disregarded the lack of acknowledgement from the Thai government of this very problem and carried on with his mission to help the populace by utilizing his own finances and resources. I am proud to be here today to support my brother's venture through our local business here, Tidy Restaurant, in our good city of Marion. As a co-owner, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our team for their hard work that I put in order to provide the city with quality dining, outstanding food, and a warm atmosphere to our loyal customers. We are humbled to receive such high regards, but make no mistakes, none of this will not be possible without the support of you all. Any single man is only as great as the community that supports him. I believe that there's a lesson to be learned here about helping your fellow man in times of need. Just like those brave volunteers, the army men, the divers, the merchant down the street, all united for a single cause, to get those boys safely out of the cave. Ordinary people like you and me, doing difficult things that must be done, not for recognition or profit, but to do it as a civic duty as a fellow human beings. I believe that all of us have a duty, given to us by our Lord, a duty to each other. We must do what we can with what we have, to those that are less fortunate. This is to honor all the brave souls that came before us, and to set example for our children that will follow us, in hope that they will live in a better world than the one we have today. On behalf of my family, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Well, this will be a different portion of the chamber dinner as well. It's time now for the City of Marion presentation, which for the last 183 years has been done by the same man. That's changing this year for the first time in a long time. I think I speak on behalf of everyone to say that what Bob Butler's done for this town, gosh, his legacy will stand for a long, long time. And you talk about big shoes to fill. Somebody has them now. Somebody will have them in April. That is quite an act to follow up. So let me please introduce at this time for the presentation and the awards, the Mayor of Marion. No, it's not Bob Butler. It's Mr. Ranella, Anthony Ranella.
In 4 days and 12 hours you can.
I'll literally be your right-hand man, Tony, if you need.
Well, I've already practiced today, but thank you, John. Indulge me a little bit here. I am just a little bit handicapped for about 4 more days and 12 hours. Not that I'm counting. And I apologize for not having a suit on tonight, too. It's if you would have been at our house and watched my wife and I button my top button and put on a tie, a spectacle, but to say the least. It's hard to follow that act there and to come up here with any type of humility. What a great honor it is, though. But it is. It's an honor for me to personally stand here before the community leaders this evening. Probably doesn't feel like it as you go about your everyday business, but each of you play a vital role in the success of Marion. Every idea you turn into a business. Every ribbon cutting you attend. Every time you meet a new person and make them feel welcome. Each time you shop. Each time you eat. Each time you volunteer your time to help the greater good, you are contributing to the success of our community. Many thanks to the Chamber of Commerce for encouraging all that. Entrepreneurship, networking, shopping, local, supporting each other, and so much more. I'd like to take a moment to thank my support system, my wife, Peggy, who's now on her second life sentence with me as I speak, and thank you for standing by me and spending your life by my side. I also want to thank my council, our fellow commissioners, Jim Webb, John Goss, Angelo Hightower, and Doug Patton. Would you guys please stand, and let's give them a round of applause. They work hard all year long guiding our city with their leadership and making Marion the best place in Southern Illinois to call home. Thank you, gentlemen. Serving as mayor is a great honor for me. I'll be honest with you. I'm the last guy that ever thought I would envision to be up here in this position, especially after 55 years and following the guy that I did. As a young man, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was sitting on my mother and father's porch. Our neighbor, who was the fire chief at that time, drove by, stopped. He said, "What are you doing?" Obviously nothing. Said, "Come with me. I'm starting a volunteer fire department." And to me, that started my life. A lot has changed in the 32 years that I served on the department. When I first started, we put on our turnout gear and our SCBAs, our self-contained breathing apparatus. That was over 70 pounds. Well, you can see I'm still carrying some of that weight, but in the wrong place. I didn't know it then, but being a firefighter really helped shape me into the person I am today. You learn how to overcome adversity because you learn how to be your best when things are at their worst. And I truly believe those moments as a firefighter prepared me for the many challenges I face today as mayor of Marion. We look back to the water shortage that we faced in May. Difficult decisions were made. We had to prioritize the needs and to protect our most vulnerable citizens, those in hospitals, nursing homes, and assisted living facilities. We challenged businesses, but we came together. We reserved our water supply and outlasted many of our surrounding communities. We assessed that situation, and we are working to ensure we aren't in that position again. Pending EPA approval, we will be adding a new water tower on the northeast side of Marion in the near future that will store an additional 500,000 gallons of water, giving the city a total of 4 million gallons in reserve. That obstacle was merely a bump, a matter of inconvenience in our road. But as we look forward, we grew leaps and bounds in 2018. We may just be a city of 17,000 people, but we have 95,000 people who shop, eat, get gas, and spend money here every single day. In the last decade, we have doubled our sales tax revenue, $744 million last year alone. We continue to attract new restaurants. We are now home to more than 100 restaurants, including Starbucks, Freddy's, 618 Tap House, just to name a few that have been added this year. We have grown and expanded many of our current businesses. Black Diamond RV, Stevens Floral added Jack and Josie's, and Gander Mountain and Camping World will be opening in the very near future. With that comes jobs, including 12 at Crisp Container, 50 new jobs at Pepsi Mid-America, and nearly 200 jobs have been added at WPS alone. We've also had a number of businesses relocate, including Adam's Shoe Store, Don Soul, Hibbett, GNC, and I'm happy to announce that Lowell Anderson has finalized Anderson's Furniture and the purchase of the Sears building out at the Illinois Center Mall. Our health care has expanded. In the last year, in addition to that, Heartland Regional Medical Group Express Care, Athletico Physical Therapy, SIH Urgent Care, and Centerstone's Opioid Treatment Center will be coming soon. As a council, we continue to invest in locally owned businesses. One of our main focus has been to revitalize the downtown, and thanks to our facade grant program, our TIF district incentives, and Dreamers Like You, around the square, you'll notice the addition of Lavish Bath Box, Turtle Marketing Group, Southern Illinois Mercantile, and the second location of Perfectly Posh. I know I've missed some businesses and I apologize for that. Please forgive me. There are just too many to name, which, that's a good problem. One that we like. We've improved our sidewalks, our lighting, our streetscape, and we continue to offer free Wi-Fi downtown at no cost to the city. More people are moving to Marion. We hit a record in home development last year, handing out 87 residential permits and 34 commercial permits for a total value of $34 million. You think Marion's not the place to be? The city joined forces with Marion Unit 2 to provide a safer place for our children to learn and grow by adding a school resource officer at the high school. Watermark Ford generously donated a squad car for that individual. And for that, Mike Absher, I thank you. Ride's Mass Transit District is currently building a park and ride terminal in front of the VA hospital that will help people get around easier. We plan to add an electric car charging station near those locations in the very near future to give travelers on the interstate another reason to stop in Marion. We also continue to invest in ways to modernize Marion, making sure you live comfortably and efficiently by building a sustainable, smart city. Futiva and Clearwave have added dozens of miles of fiber optics in just the last year alone. We've teamed up with Ameren and their partnership converted more than 600 light bulbs to LED. Between streetlights, traffic signals, and city-owned buildings, the city has saved over $100,000 annually. Commissioner Goss, I can commend you for that. We have additional 100 more lights that will be changed out this year. Preemption for our emergency services. Make it safer and quicker for them to cross intersections. When a fire truck goes out on a call, radio waves will turn traffic signal lights as they approach to green, reducing their response time while keeping everyone safe. A new improved water and sewer lines, including water meters that read in real time, and that will alert us for any water leaks, saving you money and water and money. County Commissioner Jim Marlowe can attest to this. We got alerted at the water department and called the Marlows. Jim was merely filling his pool, but it worked. He didn't like the bill he got later on in the month, but, we did. We continue to improve customer service and a sense of community involvement between all the city departments and the people of Marion. Our city app has made it possible for roughly 800 requests from citizens, while more than 500 residents have already signed up and joined the Next Door Neighbor Watchdog app. Videos of each city council meeting can be found on YouTube. We offer 7 different ways to pay your water bill. 7. And for the 4th year, we provided our residents with an opportunity to responsibly recycle their electronics. Collected 22,000 pounds during our free electronic waste day. Many of those projects were made possible through grants, collaborations with other entities, and TIP funding. Last year, our $48 million budget was balanced. The city continues to operate within our means year after year, showcasing the importance of fiscal responsibility. Each year, the city just keeps growing, and at this time, I'd like to share with you the city's latest promotional video produced by Big Muddy Media.
Located at the crossroads of Illinois Route 13 and Interstate 57, Marion, Illinois is the center of shopping, dining, entertainment, and industry in southern Illinois. And with access to Interstate 24 just to the south, Marion is the gateway to major cities like Chicago, Nashville, and St. Louis. As a matter of fact, Marion is great at connecting you to, well, everything. In Marion, you'll find great people, great food, great entertainment, great neighborhoods. You'll find music and the arts, have access to exceptional schools, outstanding healthcare, and dozens of ways to worship. You'll find Frontier League Baseball, exciting high school sports, and a fantastically central location for an incredibly reasonable cost of living. Finding the right job is not an issue in Marion. With economic drivers like Marion Pepsi, Ison, Heartland Regional Medical Center, and Blue Cross Blue Shield, and an atmosphere that nurtures innovative and entrepreneurial small businesses, getting to work is never an issue. When it's time to play, your choices are endless. Great restaurants, amazing shopping, and an energized nightlife. And we just keep growing. Many people who could live or locate their business anywhere in the world choose to move right here, Marion, Illinois. They know that no other place offers so much of everything that matters.
Are you looking for a great business location, job opportunities, or a place to live? Marion, Illinois has all that and more. Give us a call or an email. You'll love what we have to offer.
It just doesn't stop in 2018. Already in 2019, we have Matrix Tools, a little tractor currently building, Tower Square Pizza, and a new Marriott hotel chain that will be opening later this year. The Colt League World Series will return once again to Rent One Park, along with the addition of the Canadian Wild women's professional softball team. When I started this journey more than 4 decades ago, I worked hard to put out fires. I believe Marion is on fire, and I don't see that flame extinguishing anytime soon. We all have a little fire burning within us. That's why each and every one of you are here tonight. Your being here shows your continued support and dedication to the success of Marion, and for that I thank you. Let's keep that fire burning and Marion moving forward. Now, one other thing before I leave, I would be remiss if I didn't say something about our police chief. Don Tondini is retiring after 25 years of service in the city of Marion. April 1st will be her last day. Dawn, we thank you for those 25 years. You've made our police department a better police department. And that's all you can ask, a city can ask of its chief, is to leave your department in a better place than it was when you got it. Thank you. I thought you was going to help me.
I'll have you stay up here to give the mayor.
Okay.
Ms. Tondini, I'm proud to say I've never gotten to know you over the years. Probably people that are surprised by that, to be honest with you. All right, I'm going to ask Mr. Ranella to stay up here. Our next award is the Mayor's Service Award. It's chosen by the mayor, and this year Mayor Ranella got to pick that, and the Chamber Awards Committee all gets together to collaborate on this. The past few years, winners included Clarence Bagby Jr., John Goss, Doug Bradley, Lynn Holmes, Dr. Beth Butler, Glenn Clarida, Mike Pinto, to name a few. So at this time, I'm going to ask Mayor Ranella to give a few remarks about this year's winner. The winner, well, I'll let you announce that. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, I wrote out a little speech and give it to there. It's okay. When I was given that honor of picking somebody out, right off the bat, this individual come to mind. The work he does for our veterans is quite frankly unbelievable. Over the last, since he retired in 1991, this individual has found over 8,000 veteran markers in Williamson County. Several hundred of those markers were not, he identified on his own because they didn't have the military marker that is provided to the others. And he and his wife have bought over 200 flags to make sure those veterans who give their lives for our country and allows us to be here tonight in the manner in which we are, a free country. So my choice this year is Harry Boyd. Harry, come up here. Harry absolutely personifies the type of individuals that we should all be and work to be. Harry, with my disabled arm, I will thank you. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Oh, can you hold that?
Yes, yeah.
Sorry. Well, this is the first time I've ever been to anything like this, so bear with me. I want to say thank you to Mayor Ranella and the City Council for nominating me for this award, and I'm really not sure why, but thanks anyway. I wish to thank my wife, Dorothy. Dorothy, stand up. I got to embarrass her. She did every bit as much work as I did. I would also like to recognize some others with me tonight, our two sons, Larry and Michael, and their wives, Rebecca Wilson and Holly Stewart. And their two granddaughters, Hannah and Grace, and two dear friends, Grady and Bill Ewell. They're way back here somewhere. Looking back on my life, I see that our residence in Marion was an accident. I was in school learning to be an IRS agent. I shouldn't have said that. You're probably going to take it away from me now. But I was destined to go to Albany, Illinois, and I got a call, said, would you like to go to Southern Illinois? I said, well, yeah, absolutely. My mother was still living at that time, so we found ourselves in Marion in 1967. That goes way back. And a year later, we bought a house, and we've been Marion residents ever since, and just pleased as punch to live here. Both our sons are from Marion, graduated Marion High School, and both served in the military, as have I. So for that reason, military is near and dear to my heart. So about 6 years ago now, I came up with the brilliant idea of photographing all the veteran markers in the county. Little did I know how big a project it was going to be. We photographed over 8,000 graves, visited over 250 cemeteries just in Williamson County. And we published this work in a 4-volume work. It's over 3,000 pages, and we're very proud of it. As Anthony or somebody said, we've noticed a lot of the boys did not have markers. Seems like in government's infinite wisdom, several years ago they decided if you had your own marker, they wouldn't give you a military marker. Now they've changed their policy and are giving markers for both people now. But one day, I want to tell you one story. Well, I'll tell you two. Did you know we have a boy buried in that battleship Arizona in Pearl Harbor from Williamson County? Not many people know that. We do. But the one that really struck my heart, and I'll probably tear up just telling you about it. We were searching for a grave in the IOOF cemetery, and we couldn't find it. You have to understand, mostly in cemeteries, ground markers get covered up with sod, dirt, weeds. Well, we're looking for this guy, and we didn't find him, but I found another one. His His mother and dad were markers on either side. In the middle is just a mention of his service. He was 20 years old, gave his life for our country, shot down in the South Pacific, and has no marker. He's memorialized in the Punch Bowl in Hawaii, but nothing in his hometown. If I had the money, I would have bought him a marker right then, but I didn't. So here we have a young man who gave his life for his country and had nothing. But we've seen to it he's got a little recognition now. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, as you may have noticed, tonight's also been about celebrating our 2018 Business Industry of the Year winner, the Marion Park District. Their display in the banquet room to the green accents that you see on the tables in the ballroom. We've really centered tonight's event around them in order to celebrate all they've accomplished in 2018. Congratulations to the Marion Park District for receiving the 2018 Business Industry of the Year Award. It's sponsored by Northbridge Professional Technology. Let's take a look at the Business Industry of the Year winner.
Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and pulls you through, and you wish upon a star, your dream comes true. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and pulls you through, and you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
That's awesome. All right, to help us honor them tonight, I'm going to ask Doug Kimmel with Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois. They were last year's Business Industry winner to please come forward and help do this. Let's also welcome to the stage your 2019 Business Industry of the Year recipient, the Marion Park District. They're represented by Park District Chairman Jack Reed, along with Commissioners Ashley Gott, Hayden Gardner, Chris Scheffler, Dave McReynolds, and Health Welch. Congratulations, you guys. Officially proving once again that I'm Ron Burgundy. If it's written, I read it. It's not Health Welch, it's Heath Welch. I'm Heath Welch? Let's get this straight. I read what's on here. It's not right. So, Ashley Gott is the chairman of the board.
I'm the director of Parks and Recreation.
And the director of Parks and Recreation. Thank you. I wonder why I was getting weird looks from the table and there was a lot of confusion, so I apologize for that. My Steve Harvey of the moment has just happened, so please.
Thanks, John.
You bet. Congratulations.
Well, as Matthew McConaughey would say, all right, all right, all right. How very exciting and humbling it is to be named the Marion Chamber of Commerce 2018 Business and Industry of the Year, following so many incredible Marion businesses and industries. We are a unique business in that we are the people's business for leisure and recreation facilities. We take that very seriously. So on behalf of the Park District Board of Commissioners, our staff, I'd like to thank the Chamber and the Awards Committee for recognizing our efforts. Our mission statement says it all: to create opportunities for social interaction, recreation, and environmental conservation efforts, greatly enhancing the quality of life for all who visit Marion Park District parks and facilities. It's our game plan. It's what the board decisions are made on and how we, as administration and staff, develop our operations plan on a daily basis. The most enthusiastic capital projects campaign in the history of the Marion Park District actually began in the fall of 2016. It started with the refinancing of bonds that cut interest rates in half and allowed the board to approve a plan that would capture over $490,000 in capital improvement funds. With the help of grants, corporate and private donors, that $490,000 has turned into approximately $1 million in capital improvements in the Park District. Farrow's Way Disc Golf was established in Pyramid Park. It's a professionally designed and nationally recognized 18-basket course that provides both recreational, beginner, and advanced opportunities. It's qualified by the United States Disc Golf Association for regional tournament play. It was constructed 100% by Park Services staff. So for all of you duffers out there that have ever thrown a club in frustration, you might as well come and get a golf disc and try disc golf because it is extremely addicting. Ray Fosse Park Ball Field Complex infields. Next, we committed $55,000 in capital improvement funds to renovate the infields at Ray Fosse Park with Alabama crushed red shale. We now have some of the finest playing surfaces in the tri-state area, soft yet fast. With our drainage systems on the fields, we can play when many other fields are too wet. We have accommodated the Marion Unit 2 School District with playing opportunities that they would have lost due to wet conditions. Baseball and softball tournaments can be played here when others in the area are rained out. This brings revenue into the city of Marion that is lost for other communities. Again, this project was completed 100% by Park Services staff. The Bark Park, a 39,150 square foot complex that features both small dog and large dog areas, 2 lighted pavilions with water for our fur babies, doggy pot stations, playground features, and authentic fire hydrants. Opened in January 2018, this membership-based attraction drew 181 members, providing recreation and play for over 244 canine friends in its very first year. This project also was designed and constructed in-house by us. Tennis court renovation at Harrison Bruce Park. The Harrison Bruce Foundation's donated $200,000 towards the renovation of the tennis court complex at Russell Street Park. This was a $260,000 initiative that included Park District capital funds that now features 4 USTA-approved tennis courts, 2 of which are dual courts for adult and youth play, and 1 is a combination court for tennis and pickleball play. For their contribution and trust in our ability to produce a quality recreational venue, the board renamed Russell Street Park to Harrison Bruce Park in perpetuity. We can't thank them enough. Our Banks Complex. Next, we look to renovate a blighted area at Ray Fosse Park that had been a croquet complex for the 1960s. The area was excavated, tiled for drainage, filled with fiber and rock. It was finished with crushed Alabama red shale, and there are 8 all-weather concrete bag boards installed. With some funding provided by the Egyptian Board of Realtors, we built a 16 by 16 cedar pergola with all-weather seating with the complex. The complex is lighted for night play as well. This again was designed and constructed 100% by Park District administration and staff. The Heartland Regional Medical Center Inclusive Playground. The creation of an inclusive playground had been discussed and considered for a few years by different park boards. With funds becoming available, it was decided to aggressively seek a corporate naming sponsor, start a fundraising campaign, and commit over $185,000 of Park District capital funds to make this magical venue a reality. Heartland Regional Medical Center CEO Melissa Adkins was immediately on board with the idea. Through her efforts, along with her staff and Park District Commissioner Ashley Gott, the commitment from HRMC was made to contribute $100,000 towards the approximate $400,000 playground. The inclusive playground provides an opportunity for children of all abilities to enjoy and interact with one another and play. It also provides a venue for adults with disabilities, an opportunity to interact with their children and grandchildren in a recreational and leisure setting. Our wounded warriors now have an opportunity in Marion to play with their kids and grandkids that was never available to them before. Think about that for a minute. An opportunity that we have to give back with tax dollars and private funds to so many that have given so much for us. So, on behalf of the Park Board of Commissioners, the staff of the Marion Park District, whom I'd like to stand at this time, our Park Services staff, guys, our Aquatic Center Manager, Mrs. Christy Underwood, and our Administrative Assistant, Ms. Kim Barnfine, who produced the PowerPoint that you saw earlier. She did a wonderful job. So we as a Park District would like to thank all those involved in recognizing our efforts. And hopefully my words tonight have brought a laugh or smile to you this evening, so you might have a moment to enhance your quality of life. And it's an opportunity for you to see how much we are committed to our mission. So please visit our parks. They're your parks. You won't regret it. No problem. But we do have a short video I'd like to leave you with. It kind of sums up 2018 for us. We're not done yet. Thank you again for this honor.
Thank you, guys, and please accept my apology for the mess up. I know that's terrible. I feel even worse that I use half of those things, and I'm a part of them. So, from the tennis courts to the Bark Park. So, accept my apologies for that. I couldn't be more sorry. So, All right, thank you very much for that, you guys. Let's move on now. Up next, the Young Professional Leadership Award, sponsored by Centerstone. This award recognizes a chamber member who demonstrates excellence and initiative in their business or profession and is under the age of 40. Some of the past winners include Steve Lunn, Tim Arsenault, Matt Mancino, Tony Perkins, Erica Pencoast, and last year's recipient, Ashley Church with Volkswagen of Marion. Let's please welcome Ashley with Volkswagen of Marion back to the stage to help us present this year's awards winner. All right, the finalists for the Young Professional Leadership Award this year are David Lawler with Lawler Brown Law Firm, Cam McCurdy with ProTech, and Jason Powell with Pepsi Mid-America. Our winner this year of the Young Professional Leadership Award is Cam McCurdy with ProTech.
So I just want to say it's a tremendous honor to receive this award. Part of what I mentioned in the bio, it still holds true. You know, being young entrepreneurs, it's, you underestimate just how much time has to go into your business to make it work in the beginning. And we tend to lose sight of the difference that we tend to make in the community. And I just look around, I see everybody that's here. We talked to several as we came in, and it just means a lot to us. To see so many people here that are customers of ours and great friends who actively support our businesses. Without Marion being the community that it is, our businesses wouldn't be what they are. And I truly believe that. I think Illinois is a difficult state to succeed in at times. And the community that exists in Marion makes it so that our businesses can prosper and succeed, and it's because of all of you. So I want to say thank you to everybody here, because I know there's a lot of customers that we've seen here, and so thank you. My wife's here too. I want to take a moment to introduce her. You're going to have to stand up. I had to come up here. You have to stand up. That's just how it goes. So at the end of 2015, we took a leap. I got mad enough at my internet provider that I was done calling them, so I just built a tower, and that's kind of how it started. So we built a tower in the backyard of our house, and now we have, it's been a few years later, and we're on track to hit 1,000 subscribers this year with the internet company, which is awesome. We couldn't be happier. And then, my wife runs Magpie Market House in Marion, and she handles all the day-to-day there. So we each have our own problems, and they're kind of separate. But anyway, like I said, through both of our businesses, we couldn't have done it without everybody here. So from the bottom of my heart, and I know from the bottom of my wife's, we just want to say thank you.
I wonder how many times Cam has heard, "When are you coming to my house, man?" I have trees in the way, Cam. You could cut those down. That's the only thing keeping you. So, all right. Well deserved. Thank you. All right. Our next award goes to the Distinguished Chamber Member, sponsored by Clearwave Communications. This recognizes a chamber member who's made significant contributions to the community through the Marion Chamber of Commerce. This person demonstrates personal and professional leadership in the community. Some of the recent winners, Deb Hogg, Kimberly Walker, Tracy Glenn, Amber Chiquetto, and last year's recipient was Mindy Reed. If you would, please welcome Mindy back to the stage to help us present this year's award. All right, the finalists this year for the Distinguished Chamber Member are Matt Carnegie of James Arthur Design Company, Jared Garrison with the Pavilion, and Ashley Gott with the Bank of Heron. I'm nervous about opening these envelopes. Okay, good. It's always better when there's one name on it, right? Congratulations. The 2018 chamber member, Distinguished Chamber Member goes to Ashley Gott, the Bank of Heron.
I was honored to be nominated along with Jared and Matt. I mean, Jared, I'm going to say something about them first. Jared has done a great job with the Pavilion. I mean, this is an awesome venue. They do so much for the Chamber, and it's unreal. And Matt, honestly, I think, chairs one of the most important committees that we have with the grad spree. It's an unreal event that we try to provide the graduating seniors. It takes a ton of work, and especially trying to figure out what an 18-year-old wants. I mean, it's pretty hard. So I commend both of you for that. I'm grateful to receive this. It's been quite a night for me to receive this honor, to get the honor with the Park District, something I've spent 14 years of my life and enjoyed every minute of it. And being a commissioner there and with everybody there, I get to sit here and watch my in-laws get honored here for their hard work and achievements over the last 35 plus years with their Lifetime Achievement Award. Again, it's just been very fulfilling for me this whole entire year professionally, and I even got to see my wife elected as a judge, and just watch the sacrifices of that. What I do, it pales into comparison to a lot of people. So I am humble and grateful to receive this. Thank you.
Our next award is the Citizen of the Year Award, sponsored by Golden Eagle Distributing, LLC. This goes to an individual who's shown significant contributions to our community and who has excelled in a field outside of the chamber. Recent winners of this award, John Cavanis, Gail West, Mike Absher, Dave Clark, and last year's winner, Bo Dietrich with the Illinois Army National Guard. Let's please welcome Bo back up to the stage to help present this year's award. Wish everybody could walk to the stage like Bo did. All right, the finalists for the Citizen of the Year Award are Melissa Adkins with Heartland Regional Medical Center, John Holst with Zion United Church of Christ, and Jane Steritz with the Kiwanis and the Unit 2 Foundation. The 2018 Citizen of the Year goes to Reverend John Holst with Zion United Church of Christ.
I was really hoping there was a three-way tie. I stand in company with amazing people. I wake up in this town every day recognizing that there are 17,000 volunteers here. I'm grateful to be part of a chamber that really believes in reaching out and doing things. I love that we focus our energy and maybe our table talk tonight about the businesses and what we do and how we're reaching out. But in truth, this is an amazing community. I have been blessed to be part of you for 10 years. I thank my wife, Sarah. I thank my church, Zion United Church of Christ. I am grateful to be part of a ministerial alliance, a fellowship of men and women in leadership at churches that see things in the community, people who live in the margins, and they don't just call them invisible or they'll figure it out on their own. We as a community reach out, we care, and we bring people back into community. The God that I follow is a God of community. And that God recognizes that there are times when people don't feel welcome or don't feel like they have the resources they need. And my God says, bring them home. Thank you, my dear friends. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, John. Our next award is the Distinguished Business Award, sponsored by Southern Illinois University. This recognizes a chamber member business that has made significant contributions to the community. Last year's award went to Clearwave Communication. Would you please welcome Robert Tolnai to the stage to present this year's award. All right, the finalists for the Distinguished Business Award this year were Centerstone, Clarida and Ziegler Engineering Company, and Golden Eagle Distributing, LLC. Congratulations to the 2018 Distinguished Chamber Business, Golden Eagle Distributing, LLC. Jim Pugh.
Thank you very much. This is such an honor to have been nominated and receive this award. I have great respect for Glenn Clarida and Brian Ziegler and John Markley. I can't see you all out there anymore, but John Markley with Centerstone and the work they do, and so I'm humbled to be included with that group of nominees. I've been very blessed in my life, both personally and professionally, and because Golden Eagle is a family-owned business, the two go hand in hand. My sweet wife, Laurie, she makes our family life what it is. She's always encouraging and supportive of anything I choose to do and stands right there beside me, and that's a big deal, and I thank you for that, Laurie. I have a son and a daughter, Ripley and Molly, that keep me smiling and make me proud daily. I was raised in Kentucky with my mom and dad and three older sisters, all of whom had an extremely high level of tolerance. My dad started working in this business about 50 years ago, and he worked his tail off to build the business, and I'm just so fortunate that he allowed me the opportunity to become part of it and continue to grow and evolve the business through many changes over my 25 years in it. I'd like to thank my entire team at Golden Eagle. I feel that we have the best of the best serving Southern Illinois, and especially my management team. They're all here tonight. David Hammett, our general manager, John Crespi, our systems and operations manager, and Chris Lincoln, our sales manager. Make no mistake, these are the guys that keep our business plugging along, and they make my job easy and fun, and I appreciate the hard work. So lastly, I'd just like to thank the Chamber, the community, all of you who support Golden Eagle and our products. I think it's a wonderful thing that no matter the size of business, we can all help support one another in being successful and making this community a great place to live and work. So with that, I'll say thank you again. I appreciate the recognition. It truly is an honor, and I'm probably one of the guys that could walk up on stage here with a beer and actually get away with it, and I neglected to do so. But if you'll raise your glasses, and if you have a Golden Eagle product, raise it just a little bit higher. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. The Lifetime Achievement Award, sponsored by U.S. Bank. It's presented annually to an individual for their dedication and devotion to their profession of 30 years or more. Recent winners of this award have included Bernie Paul, Dr. John O'Keefe, Ray Altmix, Bill Nielsen, and last year's recipient was Admiral Nancy Brown and Fred Moore. I'm going to ask Janet Jensen, if she would, to come back up to the stage to help present this year's award. Finalists this year for the Lifetime Achievement Award, Jim and Linda Biasi, and Kathy Mooring. And as is usually the case in this, when two people or two groups are so deserving of it, we're going to recognize both of them. So Jim and Linda Biasi, congratulations, and also Kathy Mooring. And ask you to please come to the stage. I'll ask Mr. and Mrs. Biasi if they would speak first, please.
I was told this was the award you didn't have to say anything for, so hopefully this will be short and sweet. You begin to know how old you are when you look out at a chamber meeting and see that the business leaders and the chamber leaders are people that were in your store taking guitar lessons and piano lessons and basically sometimes just creating an uproar after school. And now they're leaders. And then you then really realize how old you are when their children are the ones taking lessons and coming in the store. So that lets you know you've been around a while. Linda wrote most of what was in our bio there, so I don't know what else there is for me to say about that, but I would like to say a little bit about music. Sometimes music is looked at as fluff, or in fact, some states no longer even recognize music as a program that they have in their schools. And yet, if you'll think about it, we had music tonight as we came in, very good music. We had music when we go to church. We have music when we get married, and we have music when we die. Music has been used to motivate entire countries and armies when they go to march. They stay in step with music. Music also, if you've seen some of the, I guess I haven't actually seen it, but on the internet, it's showing a person with dementia. And when they hear a song that meant something to them years ago, they almost get back to normal. You probably have listened to a oldies radio station and had a song come up, and you think, oh, that brings back a memory to me. Music is very, very powerful. It's been proven now through studies that children who have music education for even a 2 or 3 year span increase their IQ. If they keep on taking music lessons on some type of instrument, be it piano or a horn or a guitar, their IQ improves all the way through 12th grade. So that's a pretty powerful force. And we hope that we help that to be expanded here in the area to help Marion become even greater than it already is and is going to be. And we thank you a lot for this award.
I always go last if I can, even when we order it. Order a restaurant just to see what he's, kind of willing to do. But, well, we're deeply, deeply honored to have been nominated and receive the award. And quite frankly, I understand why you selected Jim. He's been a rock-steady business owner, inspirer, helper, and supporter of many young and struggling musicians since basically 1977. And when our first daughter was born in 1972, we knew on a teacher's salary of $19,000 a year that we could not exist, and we had 5 old upright pianos in our living room while people came to see my new baby. But he has given people jobs, he's given resumes, he's given credit to people, literally credit, so that they could buy their first guitar with sometimes as little as $2 or $3 down. Behind the scenes, he has been a donor and supporter of many, many things, including our Civic Center Foundation, where he helped to get the piano procured for the stage. He has been a great role model and daddy to our girls, is a great role model for our grandkids, and he's been a dreamer for me. That I always said, if he said, let's go west, that I would have hitched my star to his wagon and I would have gone anywhere he said. He's a dreamer, and I'm glad I'm part of that dream. Now for me, I'm not so sure. I was thrilled and proud to receive the Citizen of the Year Award in 1998, receiving it actually 20 years ago today, for my volunteer role as the president of the Marion Civic Center Foundation. It was after the fire had destroyed it and destroyed all the work that the citizens had done. And I understand and I appreciate that award, but I've never had a career. I've never had a resume, so I'm still perplexed when it comes to me. The only thing that I can draw from this recognition and honor is that the impact that 2 people who are in love and are committed to each other, to their family, their community, that they can make a difference, and we can give back to people that supported us, like my 4-H leader, Ursula Ritchie, my music teacher, Miss Yolande Peterson, that I had no idea was going to be the aunt of my husband in the future. but those can make a difference. So through the years, we have tried as a team to give back. We are so proud to have been able to do that. And this year, as we walked the streets in every town and every city in as much as 105-degree heat, that's the only thing that had people tell us that they really couldn't believe how our family stuck together to help Amanda, and we all appreciate that. But you know, I'm always saying that life is a song. We sing our prayers at our house because if we speak them, we cry. So for those of you that believe that it's true and will understand some musical language, here are the keys to our melodies. Some enchanted evening, the hills are alive with the sound of music. A pretty girl is like a melody every time they came down the steps. To dream the impossible dream. No man is an island. No man stands alone. What I did, what I did, what I did for love. You've got a friend, and then this girl is on fire. 2 times I burned down in 2008. And you are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? We are family. I'm so proud of my daughters and my sisters, and we praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise him, all creatures here below. Victory in Jesus, my Savior, forever. And this is me. This is us. We are brave. We are bruised. We are family. We are community. And just maybe, this is who we were meant to be. Thank you. That's a really hard act to follow. I'm not going to touch that because it'll make a noise. Thank you. Thank you. I am truly shocked and surprised to receive this because, as you can see, what great company I was in for being nominated. I'm going to try to make it through a few remarks, and I will promise to keep them short. First of all, I want to say that for the past 42 years, it's been my privilege to work in behavioral health care. 42 years. I don't know how that happened because I'm not that old, but the past 39 and a half years have been with the same company, and that company is Centerstone. They have supported me in a number of ways, and I'd like to acknowledge and thank the Centerstone table with all of the support that I have had here tonight. Thank you very much for being there and for offering me the opportunities that I've had for so long. Working in behavioral health care has truly been a privilege. It is sometimes very challenging working with people, but it's also really, really rewarding. Not so much with money, but in many other ways. I've learned a lot about life from the clients I've worked with over the years, and I've had many opportunities to learn from the many staff, students, and volunteers that I've had the opportunity to mentor and work with along the way. What I know is that the essence of the work that we do is about helping others to be their best selves. And if you think about it, isn't that the goal all of us have? On any given day, don't we want to be the best self that we can be on that day and in that situation? That is what our clients want and what our work is about. When our work is successful
it impacts not just that one person. It impacts their children, their partners, family members, neighbors, church members, employers, and more. It's a ripple effect. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond, and eventually the ripples will reach the banks of the pond. When we help a person to be their best self, it has a positive impact on the community. So we are all partners in some respect of that work. Marion has always been a good partner with Centerstone, but the work isn't done. Our world is a complicated place, and new issues and potential problems arise every day and create new challenges and the need for new and ongoing partnerships. Tonight, I ask that you ask yourself how you can help in that cause. What can you do as an individual or as a business to be a partner with us? I'm truly grateful to the Marion Chamber of Commerce for this award, and I am grateful to the community of Marion for your partnership with Centerstone in the work that we do. Thank you very much for this award. I'm truly honored.
Congratulations to all our winners, and I did want to mention, Mrs. Biasi mentioned, careers. Her handiwork is everywhere in this town. It's on your tables tonight. She's in charge of doing all the centerpieces and everything. So we see her work all around town, and a lot of times we don't even know it. And Mr. Biasi, thank you. I finally figured out why my IQ is so high. I walk around singing all the time, so I wondered why I was so smart. Right, Cheryl? All right. I've got to tell you, I've been a part of a lot of these chamber events. When they announced who the finalists were, no disrespect to anything that's happened in the past, there were some really heavy hitters tonight who maybe didn't win the award that are still very prominent people in this community. So how about another round of applause for not only the winners, but anybody who was nominated tonight. All right, before we wrap up the evening, let's make sure we know the bidding for the silent auction ended. If you made a bid on that, if you did it correctly, you should have received a text message that you were the winning bid. So if you won and got a text, you'll go to Banquet Room C to see who won after the conclusion of the event, and then you can pick those items up as well. Also, again, look at your program, look and see who sponsored those. If there's one thing that the committee does every year that gets better and better and better, it's those silent auction items. So the wine pull and the silent auction was a huge success. Before I ask Gail to come back up, can we please have another round of applause for the chamber members and committee and everybody who put this event on tonight. Very well done. Okay, I'll ask Gail Barger-Lanham to please come back up for the closing remarks. Gail?
Oh, John just told me it's 9:23, so I get to talk for like 40 minutes. What? You think?
Don't worry, I just bid on the party bus. We'll have some time to kill later.
All right, cool. Anyway, what a great night. Congratulations again to all the nominees and the award winners. Thank you. I know we've already done it, but that's what we're here for tonight. Again, thank you to the annual dinner committee, and I would like to thank everyone who helped out putting tonight's program and our event sponsors. All of this information is in your program book, and I guess I'm not going to talk for 40 minutes. Lucky you, because I can, especially after a couple of drinks. Anyway, I want you all, thank you for being here. Have a safe trip home and have a great night and a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Don't forget, if you got the winning bid on a silent auction item, you should have got a text message, and you can pick those items up on your way out. Thank you again for attending, and we hope to see you next year, and I mean the whole year. Thank you.